It's just pieced together. He was searching for much of what I wanted. Said he was a Shidarkai and but hatched from an egg.
Maybe you should ask Egress.
I think I should, but he oh, that's Egress.
You're calling out to Egress?
Yeah.
Okay. As you try to, as you focus in and try to search out for Egress, the only response you hear is, "The crack is getting worse. We need to deal with it."
Okay. That's not good, but I'm glad you're okay. Egress is fine. We can't talk. There's something you should know. There is. How the fuck do I explain this? There is a crack in my mind that is dark as night. Literal crack. I'm not. That's not a metaphor. Before you say anything,
You're telling this to us?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And Egress is trying to keep it in check, but it's getting worse. And it started after we ran into that thing in that house.
Did the book make it worse?
I'm going to hazard the guess and say yes. Egress is occupied dealing with that, as he said, I would assume, based on his.
Do you think the book reacted differently to you because of Egress?
I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know what Abel saw.
Yes, what did you see, Abel?
It was, it was nothing, major.
I look at Abel. We've learned from keeping secrets, man. Looks at Laurie.
Why is it always me?
Well,
it's not like I'm the only one who's kept secrets. Maybe
yes.
I am, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
It is not so much keeping secrets as it is withholding information. But what I saw was vastly different than that of which Maze was able to glean from the book. It went into details of my life until now, and has left me with a query of whether this book is truthful, since it knows so much about my life, or if it is something that I do not know. I do not know.
I will also point out, while y'all are trying to figure out what is going on, y'all do notice that the two altars that are closest to y'all, basically like where y'all at, they are currently giving off a faint glow.
Huh.
Did this happen after we picked up the book?
They're coffins, aren't they?
They appear to be altars, but they could also function as coffins. You're not 100% sure.
And Abel's question was if they started to glow after we looked at the book?
They started glowing after the first one. You can tell that the two are going after reading the books. Yes.
Huh.
Gotcha. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. No. Treasure coffins? I don't like it.
And so two of them are vampiric looking, and one of them is like more angelic looking. You said, Sam? Or dark?
I'm saying like all the altars They look very much the same, except just the difference is the two that are closest to the book, basically where y'all are at, are currently glowing.
Oh, okay. I had written down that 2 or 3 of the altars were different. Like one looked like it had angel wings, or one had bat
No,
wings. Or something
those
like
are the
that.
statues.
Oh, okay, the statues. Okay, gotcha. But okay,
I wonder if
thanks.
they coincide with the altars.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I cannot think about the puzzle right now. My head hurts so bad. I'm gonna sit down. And I sit down.
Okay.
If this is like a pew, I sit in the pew. If it's not, I'm sitting on the floor. I'm leaning, probably just leaning up against Larry's leg.
Okay.
Larry, help me.
I don't know what to do. I'm not.
Does healing take away headaches?
Does
It cut into my head. Do you see the blood dripping
Oh,
down my
right,
chicken head?
right. Okay, well,
Uh-huh. Like, well,
what
what
am
do
I
you
doing?
want me to do?
Lara's like, I'm uncomfortable with touching.
There we go.
Mace, you regain 9 hit points.
Back at 30, boy. Ladies and gents.
You still have a headache.
Nice.
The headache is still
Yeah.
there, but not as bad.
Yeah, much better. Much better. Thank you. Oh my. Bless you.
Well, you're the smart one. We need you to think about this puzzle. I certainly don't know what the fuck any of this means.
Can I like. Do these really not look like stand outish in any way? Like do they look like generic what would be religious designs? Nothing like that would stand out.
What, the altars or the statues, or what are you talking about?
Kind of like both. I mean, so I'm just looking at trying to get a feel for what this is. Is it more culty? Is it more divine?
I'll say make me... You're looking for that. I'll say make me a religious check.
Oh boy. All right, headache's still there.
Headache is still bothering you a bit, but you're kind of discerning what these statues are and what the altars are, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint any particular religion. You don't recognize any of them belonging to any particular religion. Whether they're cult or not, it's hard for you to say.
Okay.
I
While I have comprehend languages up, I'll get a little bit closer to the statues again and see if kind of like, I don't know, if I can detect or if there's anything to read on there. Maybe look at the glow, inspect the glow on them a little bit closer without touching the glowing ones.
So, wait, what are you doing?
I want to just like kind of walk up on the glowing statues and as I walk up, see if there's any writing on them and inspect it.
The statues aren't glowing. The 2 altars that are right by y'all.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
One of those, one or the other.
okay, so you
Probably
just,
the one closest to me, I would imagine.
okay, so you're just checking them out to see what they're doing or what they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me an investigation check. Yeah.
Much better.
Okay. Looking over the 2 altars, you see that there is the light. It seems to be shining near the top of the altar, and you see it's shining through what looks to be a small, a small slit near the top, indicating that it could be open.
Should we open it?
Oh. Shit. Open? Uh-oh.
I feel like we might have to. I mean, there must be a
Like, we're
reason
different-
it started glowing after we touched the book.
I also feel like we're kind of at a standstill still.
Yes, none of this really makes sense.
When does anything ever make sense for us?
I guess you're right. Well, if nobody else is going to do it, I guess I will.
I vote we open them. At least one.
Yeah. I agree.
So
Yeah, but we need to take up positions.
Okay.
I'm not standing here to open this. I'm going to back up.
I will help
I'm going-
open it.
I will help open it too.
Yeah, me too.
I'll go down here.
okay, so do y'all y'all can either assist one person to give them advantage on the roll, or y'all can all individual give me strength check.
Oh, I mean, I'll assist. Who's strongest? Minta's really strong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could try.
Yeah, I think, of course, like, stronger.
I have an 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's gonna
So
be,
we help.
who's gonna be rolling?
Akora rolls with advantage since he has all the help.
And which one are you opening?
I have no idea.
The one
I was...
closest to me, so directly to the right.
Okay, so that one.
I would like to, if it's okay, I would like to go into a rage.
I hate this thing.
Okay. Then I'll say, Akora, give me a strength check with advantage, and I'll let you add +4 since there's a lot of people assisting.
So
+4,
17.
7.
By our might.
Be 17.
yeah.
So all of y'all pitch in and begin to try to get your fingers like in between the little slit through that you see, and Akora, you're pulling with all your might, and Minta, you're activating your rage, and you feel the blood pumping through your muscles, and y'all all begin to slowly lift it. It feels like something is holding it together, but with the 17, y'all do manage to just barely. It feels like a sudden snap as y'all hear pink, and all at once on the top of the altar goes flying up because all y'all were pulling with all your might, and the altar kind of just flips over and falls over to one side. I'll say 1, 2, 3. It'll hit Abel's and Akora's side, and 4 to 6, it will hit Maze, Laurie, and Minta's side. Ooh, don't need 2. I need 1.
Oh,
So y'all, side.
Oh, no.
So ask y'all to. Oh, don't need you. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Lord.
Did you roll as me?
Oh, my bad. Had you selected?
Okay, hold on. Did it roll for me?
no.
No.
Okay, because on my end it says it did, but it doesn't show me what I got, and now I can't.
Wait,
God damn it.
roll separately.
Yeah, my
I'm
dexterity.
sad. I specifically wanted to stay away from opening it for the reason, and it fell in my direction.
An 8's the highest, Laurie. Good job.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be totally fine.
Yeah,
5, 6,
It's
Looked it
fine.
all wrong.
5,
It's
8,
fine.
7. 7, 8, 9.
Y'all take 6 points. Wow, 6 points of bludgeoning damage as the altar just suddenly flings over to y'all, smashes in to y'all as y'all fall a little bit backwards. Just
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna. I take half because I'm in a rage.
Yes,
Correct
you-
or
Yes, you do.
okay?
God damn it.
So as y'all open this, and as the other three like attempt to catch it, but it just slams in into them, y'all look into the altar, and you see the altar appears to be a coffin, and you see a body inside. And
Okay.
Maze, this catches you off guard because it looks like a mummified version, or not mummified. It looks like a long dead version of you.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
now wait a damn minute.
Like like you see the eyes are sunken in, the skin doesn't feel like it has any moistures or anything. It looks like basically like a dead version of you, just laying there in the coffin.
He has a stake out in case it's a vampire.
Wait, is the other coffin Abel?
Well, it
Old
might
man
be.
Abel?
Should we?
There's
Check?
8 of them. Yes.
What?
Are we
So you're
I-
gonna like
gonna
put
open the other one?
Absolutely.
What?
Oh boy.
What the fuck? This. Okay. Well,
So y'all opening the other one?
Yeah.
Sure.
yep.
Alright, so same thing as last time?
Get my sheet open again.
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
damage.
Akar, roll me a strength check with advantage and add 4 to it, since everybody's helping.
I go
So
in.
20.
Okay, so as you focus on pulling on the lid, you feel your muscles bulging even more as you, and now y'all expecting it to just suddenly fly up. So it bursts open, and you manage to just, no, we're good, and you set the lid of this coffin to the side, and you see what looks to be a dead version of Abel.
Well, that's ominous.
Like Abel as he is right now,
No, Dragonborn
but
Abel.
dead. But not any older or anything, just like Abel as we know him, dead.
I'll say.
I feel like there's some mindfuckery in here.
I'll say make me a medicine check, Minta. See if you can tell.
Medicine?
Yeah, see if you can tell how long it's been dead.
Oh, I see. What is with the rolls today?
Hard to say.
Yep, it's dead.
Hard to say.
Sam's got a high roll blocker, I swear it.
Hard to say. You just know that. Yep, it's dead, but can't tell for how long.
Or I can't tell if Abel looks aged at all. I mean, like, his physical age. You know, it's just like, as he is. I have no idea.
Corpse. Yep, that's a corpse.
Okay. That's too bad I liked that question. I wanted the answer to it. Well, what do we do now that you guys are dead in these coffins?
I mean, if the rest of us were to
Touch the book?
touch the book, I'd assume that we'd end up in there too.
I can't read none of that shit.
And
I don't think I can either.
Abel can't.
I can. The languages were. It was primordial, draconic, and Elvish. You said, Sam. That
I
saw?
can read Elvish.
Yeah, I
don't
can
know
too.
Draconic. I don't know any of those shit.
Just a point of reference. Or Abel, do you got something to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, for me, it was celestial, draconic, and something in common. I think.
So
So it was a language you could read.
maybe it changes to whatever the reader can speak.
I also feel like Abel
I
had
can't
a
speak.
not dangerous reaction to it, and he doesn't have a dragon item. But he is in a coffin. So,
Does Abel's body look worse than mine? Like worse off?
I'll say. Make me a perception check.
That's a good
Is he
question.
prettier than me? I.
Oh
hate
my
him.
god.
Hard to say. Both are extremely dead.
We're just in here like, oh, what's happening?
Speak with dead. I wish I had that spell. Actually, no, I don't. I don't want to talk about what these things are. That scares me. Never mind.
Well, there are
It's like,
8 of these.
Yeah, Abel's just kind of like staring down at his dead body, like crosses his arms, shakes his head, like
I'm gonna
very
go.
disapproving.
My
Oh,
curiosity has been piqued.
can I examine my own body?
Sure. What are you looking for?
I would like to,
Secret birthmark.
examine to see, if I have like what kind of tools I have on my body. Like, I want to toss and turn this thing over, like examine it like thoroughly.
Okay. I'll say for that, make an investigation check. Okora, what were you
Abel's
saying?
desecrating.
I wanted to check out the book, so I'm curious now.
Okay, so
Oh,
you're going
boy.
to the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Abel's desecrating his own body.
So Abel, as you're rifling and as you're leaning down and like kind of rifling through the dead Abel's body, you don't really find anything out of the place. You find a bow, some two hand axes on its hip, and you see both arms are like crossed over, like on their chest, and you see lots of their dragon scale. Lots of them appear to be like chipped off, like corroded. But other than that, can't really see anything out of the ordinary. Just looks like you with your setup.
Okay, I'm going to take the weapons then and stash them away.
Okay. Before we find out what happens there, Okora, since your curiosity's been piqued, you go over to the book and you begin opening it up, and you see that the letters are racing all over the pages, but you can make them out. There seem to be scriptures of Loxodon, Leonin, and Draconic.
Interesting.
And you see the letters are violently rearranging themselves along the page before freezing, and then starts forming sentence. And it reads, "In the land of the Slain Kingdom, a Leonin was born to the house of Amberai. He traveled with his family across on the land, plundering village and burning on fields for their riches. He was given the name Valerian, a powerful dragon's name." But then the letter freezes before rearranging themselves once again, forming words. And the words are, "You already have an item. I will not be with you.
What?
Your bond with your item is unfinished, not
Okay.
steady. You don't deserve my power. You don't.
Oh.
You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't." And keeps on going. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. And you don't. You don't. And then you see it goes. You see a bunch of dots. Just dot 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 dot. But you have potential. Before the book slowly closes.
The core is kind of sad, but he'll put the book down.
And you'll see a third coffin is now glowing.
Does does like Okora, do you like read it out loud? Like, do we know what's happening? Or you keep it to yourself?
I'm just keeping it to myself. You just see me looking kind of sad.
Okora, I will say you do hear Valerian's voice kind of brushes against your mind and goes, "Well, that was just rude."
I agree. Seems we have more to talk about.
Indeed. Very strange. This whole place is weird.
I guess I'm gonna put the book down and go over to the coffin. That's glowing now.
Are we opening up doors now too?
I would believe so. I'm expecting to see a dead me.
Okay. So you go over to
I'm gonna ask Laurie if she's planning on opening her touching the book. We're trying to read it.
I'm genuinely terrified of that, but I feel like I mean, you can't not do it, right?
Yes, I wasn't sure, but Okora and Maze didn't have the same reaction. So
It didn't.
Something
Honest-
must be different between all of us.
I'm just
If we're
glad I
all
didn't get
seeing
fucked over by this that
different
thing.
things.
Did you say
So-
that like as a character, Akora?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You saw
What did
what
you
it did
see?
to those two.
Pardon?
Oh, the book basically told me I'm not worthy of my item, so it just kind of hurt my feelings a little.
Of your item. Rude.
Yeah. Nothing else.
Did it say that to you, Maze?
No. As you saw, it
They
attacked.
tried to kill her.
It's the last thing it said on a page was knowledge given into mind, and then I flipped the page and I did that. Before that, it was yelling about forbidden knowledge, and that something wasn't right and it was wrong. And I can't make out what it means.
I believe I was fortunate with mine then.
You want to go next, Glory, after we look at Akora's self?
Well, I think for some reason this is what we're supposed to be doing in a strange way.
Maybe.
Yeah, I do agree.
You think this is we're seeing what it is because it's fate?
Perhaps.
No, I think. Well, perhaps, but I think. I don't know.
The book basically
you
told me to fuck off, so I'm pretty
I
sure
have a
that
feeling that we all need to see what
Happens.
the book has to say.
What it said to me was mixtures of two different mysteries. I don't think it's fate. At least not fate as it should be written.
No, I don't think so, but
Let's see what. Let's get this coffin open.
yeah.
Okay.
do another one.
Gar, roll me another string and check with advantage.
Oof.
You,
This damn thing doesn't want to budge.
yeah, you try your best and you try to open this, but for some reason there's a lot more resistance for this one. And you strain and you strain. The lid doesn't move an inch.
Huh.
I feel like I blew a muscle.
Am I allowed to try?
I don't see why not. Mighty DM.
Wait, try what? Reading the book or open the coffin?
Opening the coffin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a strength check.
I will go to as usual.
Is my rage still in effect?
For your rage, I believe it only lasts like a minute.
Hi, Coco.
So I'll say no, because it's probably been more than a minute.
Okay.
Hi, Coco.
17? Okay. So, Minta, as you focus on the lane, begin lifting it with all your might, you do manage to, you hear the familiar crack noise and manage to lift up the lid and push it to the side. And you do see looks like a dead Akora laying there. And you also do see Akora, very noticeably, a metallic shield covering, like, over your chest that looks very, very rusted.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay.
It looks rusty, you said?
Yeah, it looks very rusted.
Oh, weird. I just got kicked off Foundry.
Nice.
Weird. But before that, we're gonna go to Abel real fast. Abel, you said that you tried to reach in and grab on the weapon, and as you grab hold of the bow that's in the coffin, as you slowly grab onto it, you can't help but notice that you see the dead Abel's eyes begin to slowly open and look at you.
Oh, my God.
Ew.
In Draconic, I'll say hello.
doesn't respond.
Okay, I will take my hand away from the bow. Pull out my stake just in case.
As you pull your hand away from the bow, you see the eyes slowly close.
Okay.
Akor, as you reach for the shield and places your hand on it, not only do you see your the dead Akora's eyes begin to open, you also see what looks to be dragon scales are beginning to appear on its skin.
I'm gonna immediately back the fuck away.
As you immediately back the fuck away, you see the eyes close once again, and the dragon scales goes away.
Feel like if we take the stuff they have, they're probably gonna wake up and kill us. That's fucked up. Did that happen to you too? At Abel?
Yes, I almost woke up.
Okay, Touchy the dead. Got it.
Minta, Laurie, would you like to try and read the book?
Sure.
Well, I don't see why not.
Who's reading first?
Sorry.
Okay.
Oops. Sorry.
Laurie, as you go behind the pedestal and open up the book, you then see the pages are completely blank. Don't see any letters. Don't see any words. And as you're just staring and flipping through some pages, still empty pages. And then you see some letters begin to bleed through. In Draconic. And you hear, or you see, it reads, Abby, is that you? Abby, please answer me. It's L'Oreal. And Laurie, you suddenly feel a sudden rush of emotions coming from within your mind. And then you hear, in the three-layer voice, your dragon come in and say, Laurie, I need to talk to it.
All right.
So I need to take over for a bit.
When Steve has to talk to something, that's when we should worry.
Steve!
We don't know what he's doing. What they're doing.
I
You
just
won't
like
hurt my friends again, will you?
Steve.
No.
You're just going to talk, right?
Correct.
I just want to talk, says as he's holding a gun.
All right.
Thank you, Laurie. And Laurie, from your point of view, it suddenly feels like you are... It feels like your vision, like your point of view suddenly starts drifting away, and nothing but blackness is surrounding this point of view. As now it looks like you're looking through binoculars as it's going further and further away. And to everybody else, you see Laurie still looking at the page, frozen, and you see from... you see her hair begins to flicker a little bit. It seems to just whip around, even though there's no wind in here. And you see, starting from the scalp, you see her whole hair begins to turn into a black tar-like substance. Like her whole entire hair begins morphing into it. And you see, along her arms, you see centipede-like carapace begins coming along her arms, going up her arms, and you see two horns growing out of her forehead and two mandibles coming out of the side of her mouth. And you also see, well, as Laurie blinks, you see two more sets of eyes begin to appear. One above her normal eye and one below her normal eye. And you see Laurie, you see she slowly turns her neck, like twists her neck until you hear a loud pop, and
Oh,
you then see her turn her neck the other way and hear a loud pop again. And then you hear what sounds like a hissing noise and a bunch of clattering noise coming from Laurie. As you see Laurie's body raise her hands and begin like clutching them before releasing. And you see, it looks like Laurie's like looking at her body. And you see Laurie looks up at each and every one of y'all, and y'all just see yellow, like the 3 sets of eyes are completely yellow, and just looks at everybody before looking back at the book. And you hear Laurie begin speaking, but this in a weird 4-layered voice. One of these voices sounds like Laurie. And you hear Laurie go, "This is a strange feeling. And you see Laurie focuses on the book, and you hear him talk out. You hear Laurie talk out loud. Goes, "Who is Abby?" And Laurie, you're able to look through the eyes, but it just looks like it doesn't feel like your eyes like anymore. It just feels like you're looking through somebody else's eyes. And Laurie, you see that it begins rearranging the letters in the book. And says, You don't remember? Interesting. The process must have messed with your mind. And everybody hears Laurie speak once again in the 4-layered voice. Process? What process? And you see the two words appear saying, "You're shattering." And you hear Laurie goes, "I shattered?" "Yes, you shattered. You, who were one of the most powerful dragon items in the entire collection. You, who constantly took over its wielder, refusing to properly merge with the wielder. However, that all stopped when you tried to take over one person. One and you see the letters begin violently just shake and rearrange it itself before making complete nonsense. And then you see the book slightly rise, and you see the words like A exclamation mark exclamation mark. It looks like the book is screaming before the book violently shuts closed. And you see Lar leans down, and like her whole entire body seems to like curl, seems to dip down, like her head dips down before the rest of her body unnaturally like curves and dips down to the book, and go, "No, no, no! You're supposed to tell! No!" And you hear like a loud hiss just fills this entire room, and Laurie, you're feeling Steve's anger just bleeds through, and you see Laurie reaches for the book and violently opens it up and quickly flips through the page while all the pages are blank, and he's just waiting there, like hoping the letters would appear, but nothing appears. And you see that everyone else, y'all see that Laurie looks pissed, looks severely upset, and in this new form, it looks very, very worse. And you see that Laurie twists her neck unnaturally until you hear another loud pop before you see Laurie. And you see Laurie looks up at all y'all and goes, it appears my turn is done. Before stepping away from the book, and y'all see a fourth coffin is now glowing. And
Is Laurie back now?
no,
Is it Laurie again?
Laurie's still in that form. You see Laurie just cross her arm, just staring daggers at the book.
Okay, can I, can we tell that, this is not Laurie and probably Steve?
I'll say y'all can get a good sense based on everything
Okay,
that
I'm gonna
happened.
say, hey Steve, can I talk to Laurie again?
Doesn't seem to respond.
Hello?
Hold on. Which one are you?
You see Laurie kind of tilts her head unnaturally, like her whole entire face bends unnaturally to look at you, Maze. Like her body is kind of facing where Minta is, but you see her head unnaturally tilts to look at you, and you hear Laurie's four-layered voice goes, "What do you mean?"
And you don't carry yourself like the one we usually talk to. You have more... Forgive me if this is brash, but you look like you've lost more. You sound like someone who's lost more.
Whatever, I guess, language I am giving off, you can associate that with Laurie. When I'm like this, in the sense I merge with Laurie, and she's a part of me now. Well, she already is, but this is more... She's a part of the item this way.
Uh-huh.
That's right. I told Laurie I would just read the book. Fine. And you see her head kind of snaps back into place. And you see all the three sets of eyes begin closing. And you see all the changes begin reverting back. Like her centipede carapace on her arms begin digging back under her skin. And you see her hair reverts back to normal. And the mandibles kind of dig into her mouth before disappearing. And the horns violently go back into her forehead. And you see she opens up her eyes. And where the other sets of eyes were are now appear to be gone. And Laurie, you are back in control.
God, Laurie, does that hurt?
Not really, no.
Looks extreme, man.
I...
He likes to make your neck twisted on not normal direction.
Like, he's not good to your body.
I don't know if he realizes what he's doing, but it's not. At least you got your own chiropractor.
It's strange. None of that mentioned anything about me at all. It was all about him, I think. But it was like someone was talking directly to him.
Not to you.
Well,
Not to me.
Remember, this is an item, after all, so there's a dragon with it. That's who I can only
Maybe.
assume.
Yes. They knew each other, maybe.
What did it say to him?
It said something about how he doesn't... He's fractured. He tried to take over somebody and it didn't work. And he's the way he is now because of that.
I'm gonna, now
We all saw the book freaked out, right?
Yeah, y'all see, y'all kind of caught glimpses of the book kind of violently shaking before slamming shut.
I would also like to bring up the murals, like that me and Abel found, and how like the one like monstrous dragon was there. The one man humanoid on the wall. Do you think that was like the story of the dragons? I don't know. I wish I could ask about the last mural that was broken.
It's all very confusing.
Dude. Oh, going the wrong way. My turn.
So, Minta, you're going to read the book?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and Larry didn't share that it was part of the strongest dragon item, correct? You didn't share that information?
It's whatever.
Pardon?
I was asking Laurie if you shared that.
What? Sorry.
The part that mentioned the, you're like the strongest dragon item?
One of the strongest
To
dragon
him?
item, but
One of the strongest dragon items?
Nope.
Yeah,
it sounds about right.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Your token is completely gone for me.
She's hiding behind Maze.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on the same square, I think.
That's why there's like that little eye color on the outside of mine.
Alright, so Minto. As you go over to the book and begin opening up, you see that the letters are... There's letters in the book, and they're violently going around, and you see the scripture is in Dwarvish, Elvish, and what looks to be Goblin.
Excellent.
And
I
It's
can
actually
definitely
like when
read
you
this.
speak Goblin
I do. It has come in handy already.
and Dwarvish.
hey, her grandfather teaches her many different stuff.
Don't you remember when we fought the goblins and I was the only one that could read the note?
No, I didn't click that was Goblin.
Yeah.
Goblish.
No, and then I was like, oh, I can read Goblin, and you were like, of course you can.
Oh god, I honestly did.
Alright.
Oh man, no, I don't remember that.
So, Minta, as you look at the book and begin focusing in, you see that the letters violently rearrange and move until they freeze and begin forming sentences. And you see that it reads, "Not so long ago, a baby elf was born into a loving home and family. Born and raised in the Shinrin theocracy, the elf was given the name Minta. She was born into a not too notable house, not too high in the order, but also not too low. Just a very humble, noble family, quote unquote. And she showed interest in the teaching of her grandfather after he would return from his trips across the world. Soon enough, she began studying and training under him. He taught her, along with in the way of a barbarian, access the power of the totem. She trained with her grandfather and fighting day and night, much to the disappointment of her parents, who wished she would show more interest in the political side of the theocracy to help move the noble house along. Life was going good for her until memories lost, memories stolen, memories taken, restoring memories. Do you continue reading?
I read. I'm reading out loud also.
Okay. You see the as you turn the page, you see the letters violently rearrange themselves until forming another paragraph. And you read the first word, and you realize it's a name. and the name is Siliquil. That was her name. Siliquil Norasun. She was also training under Minta's grandfather, excelled in the training and teaching, and even formed a rivalry between Minta and her. But it didn't take long for the rivalry to soon turn to love. A deep love. Memories of late nights walking through the trees, climbing the trees till the two of them could see the stars. Wrestling matches that at some moments ended up with less clothing on. It was beautiful. And you see that there's quotation marks, and you can, if as you're reading, it sounds like a voice is saying what you're reading in your head, and you hear a voice that it feels nostalgia, but it feels like you're hearing it for the first time as well. And the voice goes, "My precious Min, I promise to be by your side always, to love and cherish you with all my soul. We may yet be adults, but I have already decided, when we turn 100, let's travel the world together. See all there is to see. We can even try to sneak into the Feywild through the rift. I don't care. As long as I'm by your side, I'll be happy." You recognize the sweet voice, the sweet, soft, passionate voice, and it warms your heart. It even makes your heart swell a little bit. Do you keep reading?
Absolutely.
As you turn the page, you see it says, it soon starts to talk about how on a random day, Siliquil went missing. Minta frantically searched for her, along with her grandfather, for days and weeks, until they eventually found Siliquil in her house, standing over the bodies of her entire family. Siliquil had killed her entire family, and the look she gave Minta, a look of rage, and at the same time disconnect. Minta never seen those eyes before, not from her. And soon a fight broke out, with Minta and her grandfather against Siliquil. She raged against the two barbarians, the fighting costing the lives of more people who were caught in the crossfire. Siliquil managed to gravely wound Minta with a slash of a great axe, incapacitating Minta, and focused solely on Minta's grandfather. Minta lost consciousness due to the blood loss, and when she awoke, her grandfather was gravely wounded and told her the battle took 3 days and 3 nights. But her grandfather stated he had to kill her for the good of the theocracy. This broke Minta. The love of her life, gone. Her soul partner, gone. The fighting was nothing compared to this pain. This pain completely shut Minta down. And she refused to believe it. Nearly going insane with everything that happened. Why did she kill her family? Why did she try to kill her? What happened? These questions circled through Minta's mind for months, until she was approached many times by her whole family. They wanted to help her get through her grief, but Minta refused every time. She didn't want to function. How could she? Before Minta knew it, she was suddenly brought to the White Elf herself, the Holy Queen that ruled over the Shinran theocracy. The White Elf stated she could help Minta and her family by freeing Minta from her grief. And without a proper response for Minta, she can feel her whole world shattering inside her mind. The memories of Siliquil were taken. Everything was taken. Everything. Even more memories were taken. And as you read that last sentence, you don't see anything. And you then see some droplets hit the page. And you stare at it. And you touch your cheek. And for some reason, you are crying. You're not 100% sure why. But you feel yourself crying. And you then see at the bottom of one page, it says, "Sorry," before the book slowly closes.
Oh my god.
And a fifth altar is glowing now.
Well,
All y'all
there's
have
your
completely
trauma.
All y'all have completely fucked stories. So my
I just
my
want
book told
everybody
me to fuck off.
everybody should know that I've never heard that before. Sam made all of that up himself, and he is incredible.
Excellent work, Sam.
Yeah.
I do my best. Oh, what do y'all do now?
We're
Uh,
gonna go desecrate more coffins, I guess.
Is there a point?
yeah. What was it? I just don't understand.
Because we don't want to open them, and if we're going to open them, then theoretically, why would we do it when we have more?
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, we would do with one at a time.
I hope we're not intended to actually like fight ourselves, because that would be very cliche,
I don't know. It's.
but also pretty fucking badass. I mean,
You know, I'm gonna try this. I walk over to the book. I don't touch the book. I walk over to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I look down at it, and I go, "Can we have a conversation?"
You're saying this to the book?
Yeah.
The book remains still.
Egris,
Yes?
what do you know? What this is? Who this is?
I don't recall a book being an item.
Huh.
And I don't know its name or anything like that, so...
Did you see the vision that I saw? When I saw it?
What vision?
Okay. So,
I
we need to tackle this. It showed me starting. It was read like a storybook, a very once upon a time, but more real. If that makes sense. It started initially saying that long ago, a Shadar Kai named Egris hatched from an egg, and then pursued chronergy magic, what I do, and lusting for power before it got mad yelling at me saying that there was forbidden knowledge, and then it latched onto my head. And then shortly after you told me that the problem was getting worse.
Yeah, much worse. It's getting an hassle over here that we need to tackle whenever you get the chance.
have a question.
Go for it.
Has anybody picked up the book yet?
As far
Well,
as
like kind of tried, yeah, but not really.
I did.
You picked it up?
I believe I did, but that was 2 weeks ago, but from what I remember picking it up and reading it before putting it back down.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to pick it up and see if anything happens.
Okay. As you pick up the book, you see the book doesn't really respond. You see it just remains closed. And you look at the cover and you see the red dragon that's on there. And you turn it around and then you turn it back. And on the front cover, you do see now what looks to be a kind of like a stylized art portrait of you.
I open it up again.
You open up the book and you look at the pages and you see it is blank. No letters.
Nothing.
Nothing moving around. However, y'all do notice that all the altars except one is glowing now.
I hold the book up to everyone and say, "Look, it's me!"
How?
Yay! Like really uncomfortably.
Sam, you said the parts of the words that got cut off, that knowledge went into my head after it got cut off. You said it went limp and then someone back into the book, and the one that went limp and that got closed out went into my head.
Yeah, it's like someone's like cut the threads in half, and one half went like finished going into your head, and the other half went back into the book.
So what went into my head? Like that dawn on anything? Or dawn peak anything? Bring anything to mind.
The knowledge?
Yeah, whatever that particular bit was.
As you kind of focus on trying to figure out what exactly went into your head, you're then starting to hear a static noise from like deep inside your mind begin growing and growing, like something doesn't want you to know this knowledge. And then you hear Egris's voice goes, "Maze, I don't know what you're doing, but you gotta stop. It's causing the issue to get worse in here."
Okay.
We really need to address this soon, because it's almost filled up my entire realm, and I'm having less and less room to walk.
Maze like turns around and says out loud too. What the fuck do I do right now? I don't have anything I can do with this.
Like, what is happening?
I tried to think about the words that went in my head when we cut the thing off, and it made whatever is going on in my head worse. Igor says it's almost consumed the entirety of where he is.
What do we do?
That
If we solve this, the book may have answers that we are seeking. We should finish opening up the altars.
The one altar that's glowing now?
Yes.
Okay, let's go kill dead Minta.
Okay.
I don't. Which one of us needs to touch it for it to start glowing? Because Minta, more than one. After you.
You're cutting off a little bit, Laurie.
Oh fuck. There's something that I think one of us must have missed.
Nope.
I don't know. Something.
There's interference.
God, fuck. I don't know.
I like to think.
I need to do.
I like to think Laurie is still saying this, like, God, fucking shit.
Yeah, there's There must be something that it still needs to tell one of us. If there's still something, we missed something.
Dead.
I'm
Minta,
not
should
touching
you and
anything
I...
again.
I am wondering if Minta and I should try and read it again, since we are the only ones that were able to pick the book up.
I
Yes.
didn't try to pick the book up.
I don't think it matters about picking it up. I think it matters about. I don't know.
Like it told me and Abel way more.
One of you
I
do
think
it.
me and Abel should try to read it together.
You two seem to have the most tragic backstories out of all of us, so
I mean, I was raised in a really loving household. I don't know. And this tragicness was literally erased from my memory because my family loved me so much.
Awkward,
Oh.
sad laughs.
Oh,
If only-
I ain't even mad.
oh my god, they got me. Alright, continue.
I think it's so funny
Okay.
that I just got told to fuck off. So I mean, y'all have your fun.
Okay, but I wonder if it's because, Akora, because you're not finished bonding with your dragon.
I mean, considering the fact that mine literally is just this shield and nothing important. Not
But, like-
important, but yeah, you two have far more.
But, like,
with
Laurie
yours.
and Maze have their dragon more bonded. You know how, like, they're going through the change or whatever?
I think that's what we sorely lack.
Gotta work on that relationship with
You hear
your
Valerian.
main man.
You hear Valerian in the back of your head go, "Excuse me, less important."
You are important. Shush. Don't sass me right now.
Okay, Abel, do you think it's a good idea to try to read it together?
I am not opposed to anything to help Maze out quicker.
Yes, we don't want.
Well, I
her-
mean, wait. What if it makes it worse? Wait, is it only making it worse in
When I did
Egris's
it,
domain? You did it.
was.
So it's
Don't
not
touch it.
anything that we're doing.
Wait, hold on. Egris,
Hmm.
did it get significantly worse prior to what I just did and after I did the thing with the book not too long ago?
No, it was. It took up half the room, half the cave after you read it, and now it took over 3/4 when you were trying to focus on it.
Okay. For the record,
It's
I
not
didn't
us.
know that's what I was focusing on. I didn't know the knowledge that came out of the book that went in my head was deals to do with that. Whatever. I don't think it's making it worse when you guys do it. It just did it to me when I did it. So I'm not.
Okay,
touching
so-
it. I'm not even
So
looking
we're
at
gonna
it
do this.
unless it's gonna change.
I will, but instead of withholding, I will say that the book told me, as I mentioned, my story. And similar to yours, Minta, it ended with someone I care for being taken away from me. But the book told me they still live. After I thought they were dead.
Abel, that's fantastic news.
It is not fantastic news. Because
Well,
he was taken by a vampire.
oh, but vampires aren't technically alive. So maybe he's not a vampire?
I
I-
can only hope that
They're
that is...
undead, which is technically alive, but not. Anyway, carry on. Your heart's in the right place.
Oh, that's like bless your heart, except 10 times worse.
Oh my god.
Maze does I think this.
We all need laughter in this tragic episode. Continue. Sorry.
I feel like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do other than keep trying to get answers from the book. I don't think fighting dead me is a good idea.
And I believe when I picked up the book as well, it had an image of me on the book is on the front.
It did. Did it do the image of anybody else, or is it just me and you here?
I didn't even look.
No one looked at the front cover besides y'all two.
Yeah, I was a little busy.
Yeah, everybody was kind of dealing with their own stuff.
That's how unexpected once they said bookworm.
Minta, I feel we have nothing to lose, so we can
Okay.
try and give it a shot and
Okay.
read in tandem out loud.
I actually just like link my hand with Abel's, intercrossed fingers and all that, like I love to do with Abel.
Yeah, he'll return the favor this time.
That's what we call character progression. Okay, y'all open up the book?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as both of y'all open up the book, y'all see letters are flying everywhere, even more faster than either one of y'all have seen before. You see the letters in scriptures of Elvish, Draconic, Celestial. You're seeing Dwarvish. You're seeing Infernal. You're seeing many different scriptures as they're all violently trying to mash into each other to try to form words, but nothing seems to fit. And they begin to violently smash into each other, making each letter shatter before eventually a single sentence is formed in the page that says, "Who has more sadness in their life?"
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, and I imagine we both read that out loud at the same time, right?
I'm sure.
Okay. Abel's just looking at Minta like,
Do I seem like a sad person to you?
I have never portrayed you as someone with sadness, but that is just what show. I know that there's more depth to you than that.
I don't feel sadness.
I unfortunately do.
Okay. Well, I tell the book Abel has more sadness in his life. I squeeze his hand at the same time.
As you state that Abel has more sadness, you see the letters that are forming this question begins drifting apart, very gently, very slowly, and you see they drift out of sight, like out of the page's view, before more letters begin forming, and you see that the letters form a couple sentences that says, "Abel who has sadness in their life. Who has more sadness between the two of you? One whose lover, both of y'all whose lover was taken. One who has the memory, and one who doesn't have the memory. I gift you with those memories now restored. But more memories have been taken.
What?
More memories have been taken from your mind and from multiple people.
Man.
Abel, even though you don't want to hear this, Amos is still alive, and he is out there. Although I can't tell you any more than that. Just know he does not feel anything for you right now. With all these knowledge in your head, with all this information now coming to bear, which one of you shall take me?
Abel.
Oh, man.
I don't know what you want to do here, man. I'll let you make
I
the decision.
I am. I
Were you
do.
guys... Sorry. Just a quick question. Were you guys reading everything it said back?
I don't think I would because I know that Abel's a bit more of a not an open book, so I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I feel like so. I'm kind of picturing them reading together, but then like Abel definitely stopped pretty early on. Minta, is the book referring to you having more memory loss as well? Because I too cannot remember a great deal of my life.
I think so, but I think he's also referring to like he's going to take more memories from us and others. But I think we can't do anything about that. But we have to decide who's taking the dragon.
What do you feel in your heart, Minta?
I want you to decide if you want it.
I think that's her way of saying she doesn't want it.
Well, I don't want to take it from Abel.
I don't want to take it from you, Minta.
It's like two polite guys are like both trying to hold the door open for the other person.
Two Canadians in a parking lot. Oh, the irony, one of you is Canadian.
I am.
Minta is.
Yep.
For now,
Well, Abel, I think it's best if we just like get this one under control.
yes, I agree. For Maze's sake.
Yeah,
At
we gotta
some
get out of
point,
here.
They should have randomly just said, because you guys stopped breathing. Has it said anything on how to help me? I don't want to touch it again.
Should we rock paper scissors?
Abel, just take the damn book.
Y'all want to have rollies for it, or
It isn't green
Minta,
dragon.
I will take the item for now, although I do not like the idea of doing so. If it helps,
I'm okay. I'm okay with taking it. I'm okay with having a dragon item. I feel like I can handle it. I just wanted to give you the choice to have it first.
I want what is best for my new found family. And if that is embarking on this dragon item quest with them, then so be it. I will do what I must.
Okay.
And
But-
if you are certain about this, I will go along with what the questions are asking.
Absolutely. I think it's meant to be green book dragon, green dragonborn.
Okay, will you remain here as I continue to try and read?
I'll stay with you as long as I can.
And he'll nod, and he'll open the book again, trying to look for more answers. Asking, I know that my burdens will never surmount to something more than someone else's. But I do have a great deal of sadness in my heart. But right now, this sadness is triumphed over the love that I feel for my friends, and I need help helping one of them right now who desperately needs it. What can I do to do that?
You flip through the pages as you're saying this and trying to find any clues. And you don't see any more letters or words on there. And as you're flipping through again and again, can't quite make sense. And you look up towards Menta. And it's not Menta, but something behind Menta, like past her. And you see at your altar, your dead body has sat up.
Oh shit.
And all y'all now take notice as you see Abel's dead body has sat up.
I will approach with the book in my hand.
As you approach to your dead body, you see the dead body opens its eyes, and you see it slowly looks over towards you.
We'll get closer.
As you get closer, you see the dead body just still seem to track you. And you see the dead body slowly reaches out his hand over towards you.
I get close enough, and with one hand holding the book, I will take the other Abel's hand in my free hand.
As you grab a hold of the undead Abel's hand, suddenly your vision seems to go black. Like you're no longer in this room anymore. And you suddenly feel yourself thrust into what looks to be a cave. And you're looking around trying to figure out where you are. And you look down, and you notice you don't have the book anymore. And you look down, and another thing you notice is your hands are different. No longer the pink human flesh. Not even your dragon-born hand. These hands seem to be thicker. And you look, and you're starting to look, and you feel a weird itch on your back. And you try to scratch it, and you hit something on your back. And when you feel it out, you feel that it's wings.
Oh wow!
And you turn your head, and you notice that your neck seems to turn like all the way around. Like your neck is longer. And you look, now you're looking all over your body, and you notice that you have now are in the form of a full adult green dragon.
Nice.
Oh shit.
And you're looking around, and you're confused on what's going on. And then you hear running coming from one end of the cave. And you look over to the cave, and you see Abel. You see the Dragonborn Abel running as fast as they can towards you. And you see something is chasing Abel. And you feel your body instinctively move and begins crawling over to where Abel is. And you breathe in, just and then you shoot out a column of flame towards Abel. And you see Abel, and you see the humanoid Abel just dive under the flames and just press his body against the floor as your flames coax the whoever was chasing Abel. And you look down, and you see the Dragonborn Abel just stand up and pant. And you see him look up and gives you a big smile before bowing his head towards you, and go. You hear him go. I have returned, mentor. I'm sorry it took me so long. The Yuan-Ti's empire was a bit more active than usual, but I have everything that you asked for. I have the 2 gems that you needed, and I have the vial that you asked for. I believe the ritual can be complete now. As you hear him say that, he's holding up 2 what looks to be fist-sized gem, like in one hand, and a vial of dark red liquid in the other hand. And you see the Dragonborn Abel just looking up at you with a big smile on his face, just nodding his head, just looking at you expectingly. What do you do?
Oh God. I will take the I'd say great job. Will you help me prepare the ritual so it shall begin?
Of course, mentor. Of course. Let's get to it, because we need to make sure you remain alive. And you see Abel quickly runs down the other end of the hall, and with the items in hand, you begin following. And you see the cave goes into a massive opening, and you see that more structures seems like the cave seems to blend into actual proper structures, like stone tiled floor. You see what looks to be small stone houses, and you see deeper inside the cave. You see what looks to be a large arcane circle that seems to be painted on the floor. And as you go over towards it and looking at it, you see that the Dragonborn Abel is still like running around, and you see him like starting to light some torches on around the circle, and you see he begins nodding and goes, "Okay, I think that should be everything. We should get started, mentor." And you see the Dragonborn Abel is running over to one side of the circle and looks over at you expectingly.
I will give a nod, a very reaffirming smile back, and I'll follow him and get into the center of the circle.
As you get out to the center of the circle, giving him a nod, you see the Dragonborn Abel just smiles and nods and goes, "Okay. So if I remember the spell correctly, I need to do this. Actually, no, the gems. I need the gems." And you see him run over to you, and you hand over the gems to him, and he puts one in front of you, and then one on one side of the circle, and he runs back to you, grabs the vial as you hand it to him, and runs back over to the other side of the circle, and kind of sits down before the other gem, not the one in front of you, but the one he put on the other side of the circle, and sits down and goes, "Okay. This should work." You see he pops the cork out of the vial and kind of looks at it and swishes it around. And you see the Dragonborn Abel just lets out a slow breath and just goes, "Mentor, if this doesn't work, it's been a pleasure, mentor." He gives you a smile and downs the drink, downs the vial, and you see he just winces a little bit, going, "Has a very sour taste to it," and tosses the vial away. And you see him like look down for a moment, and you see some of his the Dragonborn's scales begin to like stiffen up, like they begin to extend, and you see some sweat coming off of his face, and you hear him go, "Mentor, I think it's about time. So go ahead and do it. I'm ready." You see he's like physically in pain, and He looks, he like clutches his eyes, and he's just waiting for you.
Boy. Yeah, I'm definitely frozen there, debating what to do, until I just rush over now, waiting, uh, what, remind me, this old mind of mine is weary of what am I to do? I need your guidance now.
A hell of a time to forget, especially when I poisoned myself. You go back to the center. Oh, and you gotta breathe fire on me. Please make it fast.
I will. I thank you, and I'll kind of hesitantly turn back, before rushing back to the center. I'll take a deep breath, in, watching him for a moment, and then, exhaling.
As you exhale over to the Dragonborn, Abel, you hear him scream out in pain, and you hear in between the screams, you hear him go, that's it, just keep going, and you hear him, he's just fighting through the pain, and then like through the gouts of flame that you're pouring onto him, you can make out his eyes peering through the flame at you, and you hear him go, if it makes any difference, I'm happy I'll get to see my wife and daughter again. Take care, Mentor. And all of a sudden, your the vision goes blank. It goes black, and for a moment, you feel nothingness, and then you feel your vision gets taken back, and you feel yourself pushing yourself up against the stone floor, panting. Just and you look down, and you see your dragonborn hands, and you look up, and you see a dead green dragon laying on the floor. And as you stand up, you hear a thought, which is weird because it's not your thought, but it still feels like it's yours, saying, it looks like it worked. I need to go now. And you feel yourself running off, before suddenly your vision is violently brought back to the to this room, and you see the dead Abel. And at the moment that you come back and you look at the dead Abel, you see the dead Abel's body begins to crack before turning into dust.
Oh my god.
And in that dust, you see what looks to be a crown.
How high are you right now? Sorry. Ollie's here. But I'll be right back.
Okay. That caught me way off guard.
I am.
Abel, get the crown. Grab the
Yeah.
crown.
I will pick up the crown.
Abel.
And I'll kind of like look around the room, like seeing what I'm supposed to do, trying to like make eye contact with folks, like like putting moving the crown towards his head, like if he should put it there.
Well, if you don't put it on, I'm gonna put it on for you. I'm gonna
Um,
put it right on your head.
okay. And then he will place it on his head.
As you begin to put the crown on your head, you see that you hear the doors open, and you quickly see coming out of the door, Cornelia and Eric step out, and you see Cornelia points, notches an arrow on her bow and points it directly at you, Abel, and you see her go, "No, no, no, that's mine."
I pushed it down on Abel's head.
As you slam the crown down onto Abel's head, Abel, you suddenly feel your mind is being assaulted on all sides, and you feel the crown begins. It feels like it's digging into your head before slowly coming out, and you feel a bond begins to form,
Oh, fuck.
and
Yeah.
as you feel the bond begins to connect, and you hear a soft, feminine voice go, "Hello, Abel. I am L'Oreal. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now, if you want my advice, we should probably duck."
I will. Yeah, I will immediately duck.
As you unduck, you suddenly feel an arrow made of fire just whizzes by your head and just whoosh. You look back and you see the arrow has embedded itself into the statue, and you see it's begun melting a little bit.
Oh, God.
And you look back and you see Cornelia goes, "Oh, now why would you do that? Now I guess I have to kill y'all now. Shame. I was beginning to like all y'all."
What? What? Wait, was the crown the item? That was this fucking book.
And because
Lori,
I know this is gonna this fight will take a while, we'll go ahead and call it there.
okay.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Because I know this fight is gonna take a while.
Oh boy.
Bold you to think that we're not gonna die immediately.
Who knows?
true.
Abel has a mature dragon item.